Level by Level Gaming, and welcome to another video. Now today we're going to talk about the virtual pinball machine. Now this machine began its life as a budget build about 5 years ago. If you want to see that video, I will put a link somewhere where you can click on it and you can see how this thing began its journey. Now I took two old TV screens, an old gaming PC, and some wood and roughed this thing up, and I was using it at that time to get my feet wet, to dip my toes into virtual pinball, into that whole scene. And I was actually using future pinball, and I was playing one game at a time. I was having a good time with it. I was reliving some of the classics like Medieval Madness and Jaws and some original tables that creators had put together, and I was really just surface level, and I still am, but at that time I was enjoying those one tables at a time, so I never really got into front ends and into all the cool and neat things you can do with real plungers and all that separate dot matrices. I just have the two screens and a virtual dot matrix, but there's a lot you can get into, a lot of content, YouTube and Reddit, and it just keeps going further and further. But I was having such a good time with it, and it worked so well for so many years, just playing one table at a time. I was enjoying it that way, and then the inevitable happened. That old PC that I put this thing together on a budget crashed and burned, and this whole system, the whole machine, got mothballed. And I really did move on with other things, my arcade machines and playing the old games I want to get caught up on, and all the stuff you can see on my channel, all these other videos, game nights, all the things that I've been doing. I forgot about the virtual pinball. Then one day, while looking on Steam, there was a sale for Pinball FX tables, and they were, in my opinion, dirt cheap. I was able to buy 26 virtual pinball FX tables for 20 bucks. And I went with it and started playing Pinball FX on my gaming PC and having a really good time with it. Then it dawned on me, I've got a virtual pinball machine that I built all those years ago and played all that time and put all the work and effort in, that's just sitting collecting dust. Can I get Pinball FX working on that old system? So step one, finding a new motherboard. Not wanting to spend any more money, still wanting to stay budget. I went in the scrap pile, found an even older PC than the one that I had in here that was used for a virtual emulation box, dug the AMD 4 quad core motherboard and the good old GT 750 graphics card out of that, put it all in here, and got this thing working as a PC again. Once I got it working as a PC, my next goal was to see what I could get on here once I got Steam on here as far as Pinball FX. And I started with Pinball FX 3. This is what you see on the screen here. I drilled in some more buttons with the intent of having 100% functionality on this machine, all within the menus once I get into the program. Now, unfortunately, I still have the need for a mouse, which right now is hardwired into the machine, but this is going to go away and be replaced with a wireless mouse with a little USB dongle. But once you're in the system, using a mouse to navigate the computer, once you're in the system, I don't have to use this mouse on here anymore. I can navigate up and down, left and right, as I need to get to whatever games I want to play. So let's say I wanted to play Back to the Future. Here we go.
Back to the Future.
Single player and hot.
And even with this old quad-core PC and an old graphics card that couldn't do anything with modern gaming, that I was only using for emulation, I was able to get this thing going and successfully enjoy virtual pinball again. without a front end, without all the stuff that I would have to go back and relearn and all this. I've got everything I need here. I got a working system with menus and everything that I need. So that's Virtual Pinball, Pinball FX working on the system. Now, Pinball FX is very, very minimal in what it requires. In fact, this system is about twice what the recommended system for by the creators of the program. So everything they said you needed, this is about twice what you need. As you can see, it looks great. It plays brilliantly. I've got my back class, my DMD. All that took a lot of custom time and effort to get that. That was not very intuitive, by the way. It didn't come already set up right out of the box. When you go into what they have on here called cabinet mode, you have to configure all this stuff, and that's a video for another day. It took me days to figure out exactly how to get my back class, my DMD, how I want it. Anyways, once I did, I've been very, very happy with the fact that I've resurrected this old machine. I can play anything that I want on FX3. But not being happy with just FX3, I had to ask myself, will this system play FX, which is the newest, the newest pinball program by Zen, and it has a lot more requirements as far as what it takes for PC power, graphical ability, and it really did worry me that this machine, according to all the documentation, shouldn't be able to run FX. So let's get out of everything. Let's exit this machine, or exit that game. Now we can see we're back into just a plain old PC with a screen oriented this way and a screen oriented that way. Using our mouse, we're going to click on FX, and let's see exactly what happens and how it does.
One eternity later.
Now, something I have noticed is once that starts to actually load into the program, there is a little bit of a stutter. It acts like it wants to not play, but once everything catches up and the system warms up, here we go. We've got a 100% enjoyable, playable Pinball FX. You can see that the screen here is running at 100%. Everything looks good to me, and I couldn't really tell that much of a difference on this than on a gaming PC. Now, of course, my gaming PC runs it flawlessly without any of the little hiccups and glitches, but here we go. Let's try to play Back to the Future. Let's go down. And there's Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Let's see how this plays as compared to Pinball FX 3. You see we got a back glass, we got a DMD. It's different for the FX tables, and there are some little differences in the game itself for FX versus FX3. But here we go. I've got a working pinball table. Everything is playing without stutter. I don't see any graphical tearing or glitching. My DMD works. I even got shake left and right. You can tilt the table. So there we go. as compared to FX3, same experience. Just as good, in my opinion. So that makes me happy. But what really makes me happy is because I do have access to the new tables, I can play my favorite table, which is the Princess Bride.
The Princess Bride.
And there we go. So we got a Princess Bride table. Now the back glass back here is just a 1080p wallpaper for Princess Bride that I downloaded for free off the internet. I wanted to try doing that and doing some customization, but it's not quite where I want it to be. In fact, none of the aesthetics for FX or where I want to be as compared to FX3. I'd spent a lot of time on FX3 because that's what I knew this system would run well and I could fall back on. Now I just have to clean up FX. And as you can see, the dot matrix is actually a little video that plays. It's not actually the dots. It's different on this system or on this table. It plays little videos and clips from the screen, from the movie on the screen. So there you have it. We have Pinball FX working on a very old system that, in all intents and purposes, shouldn't be running on and shouldn't work. It hiccups, it's not perfect, but once you get going and get in the tables, it's 100% enjoyable, and I can see myself really getting back into virtual pinball. So if you like this kind of thing, please hit that like button, subscribe, hit me in the comments, let me know what you think. And this is Level by Level Gaming. I'm out.